CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products, such as our can-can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com. And good morning, everyone. How are you? We have made it to Wednesday. How is everybody? Good to see you. Hey, Teresa, Danielle, Carrie, good to see everybody. Hey, Hugh, Robin, good morning. Good morning, Lori. Hey, how are you, Brian? Corrine. Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and sharing. Hey, Marianne, good to see you. Christy, hello. How is everybody doing? Nick, good to see you. Nick, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Periscope all at the same time, so you'll hear me talking about what other people are saying. Hey, Patrick, good to see you. Good morning. Carmen, how are you? Hey, Tennessee, how are you? Deplorable. I forget your name other than Tennessee. Good morning, Barbara. How are you? How's Texas doing? Kim, good to see you. Carmen is up. Hugh is good. Very good. Hey, Lisa. All right, hey, Cully. Oh, Kalani, yes. Thank you. Haven't seen you in a while. See what happens when you don't come 2 days in a row? Sorry about that. While you are coming in, I will read to you Psalm 143. Hear my prayer, O Lord, give ear to my supplications. In your faithfulness answer me, and in your righteousness. Do not enter into judgment with your servant, for in your sight no one living is righteous. For the enemy has persecuted my soul. He has crushed my life to the ground. He has made me dwell in darkness like those who have long been dead. Therefore my spirit is overwhelmed within me, my heart within me is distressed. I remember the days of old, I meditate on all your works, I muse on the work of your hands, I spread out my hands to you, my soul longs for you like a thirsty land. Answer me speedily, O Lord, my spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, lest I be like those who go down into the pit. Cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning, for in you do I trust. Cause me to know the way in which I should walk, for I lift up my soul to you. Deliver me, O Lord, from my enemies. In you I take shelter. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Your spirit is good. Lead me in the land of uprightness. Revive me, O Lord, for your name's sake. For your righteousness' sake, bring my soul out of trouble. In your mercy, cut off my enemies and destroy all those who afflict my soul, for I am your servant. Good morning, Catherine. How are you? Hey, Tom, good to see you. Good to see everybody this morning. Please retweet and invite people in. So, man, anybody watching a while ago? Hey, Marlene, Jeff Sessions is before the Senate. What do you think about the job he's doing? Hey, Chris, good to see you. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, everybody. Do you think that Jeff Sessions, yeah, not good, somebody said. Catherine is blessed, absolutely. That hearing is a joke. Hey, Marlene. Hey, Amanda. What makes you think, Amanda, that the hearing is a joke? Not that I disagree, but what are your thoughts in that regard? Hey, Jules. Feinstein. Yeah, I'm so sick of all this. I am too. Marianne. Catherine's disappointed. Catherine, what is it about the hearing that you're disappointed in? Carmen hasn't seen the hearing. We have more important things to talk about. Well, that may be true, Danielle. They're talking about everything but the issue of Clinton's. Exactly. Nobody answers any questions. Most of it is for the senators to just say what they're feeling, what they want, what they don't like, rather than getting anything done. Hey, Mrs. Second Amendment, agree with dealing with opioid issue, but he's going after the wrong things. Now, according to what he's talking about, hey, Rhonda, he's talking about is, look, I've been doing this work. I have a backlog of stuff that I'm getting to. Stuff hasn't been answered. He said, like FOIA requests since 2015. You know, that's 2 years in Congress is like 20 years somewhere else. So, you know, that's a lot of work. And he said he's about halfway through. I didn't like when they said something to him about Rosenstein, something that he had been involved in. And he said, you know, what are you going to do? Should he be investigating something about himself? And his answer was, you know, Rosenstein is supposed to go and talk to members of you know, our lawyers and decide what he should do. And he will decide. He's a guy who's, you know, been around a long time, Harvard degreed and everything else. And he should make a decision whether or not he should be the head of a case that is looking at his own conduct. Now, that I can't agree with. I understand why he's saying that, but I don't agree with it. Robin said, it seems whenever they have hearings, they never go anywhere. That's true, Robin. They never, ever do. Yeah, I know. Again, Barbara said, Mueller and Rosenstein need to go. Yeah, they've needed to go since the beginning. And so McCabe, everybody, just clean them out. Let's go. Sessions isn't interested in doing anything about Hillary. Doesn't seem to be. Get frustrated with Sessions. Yeah. Rosenstein is a joke, Catherine said. Rosenstein needs to be fired. Yeah, he's allowing Mueller to do whatever he wants to do. This has been going on countless, I mean, no matter, I can't even imagine how many dollars have been spent so far in doing this investigation. Our taxpayer money. It's incredible. And nobody's keep making him be accountable for it. Nobody's making Rosenstein go and find out how much Mueller is spending, where we're going with this. We need Christie or Judge Janine get rid of Sessions. Exactly. You know, I will say, again, Sessions is doing everything by the book. So if you don't like a by-the-book guy, you're not going to like Sessions. He's not doing anything illegal. You know, why they're not looking at things. Hey, good morning, baby. I said, I can't, gosh, it is baby something. So hard to read these light colors. Yeah, I mean, Sessions is doing everything legally by the book. A lot of people don't like that. They want him to do other things. Now, okay, great, thank you. I'll follow you back. I think that other people are just, you know, looking at him and saying, why aren't you doing this, that, and the other? I think a lot of the people that are making these decisions are people that are in Sessions' office, and he's allowing them to make the decisions, which he should. Hey, Lee. Good morning. Mueller, Rosenstein, and McCabe are dirty. Do you watch Hannity? He's exposing a lot. I know, Catherine. Absolutely. I agree with Law and Order approach, just wish focus was on different things. I do too. I can neither confirm or deny. Well, he has to say that in CAA. You know, you can't talk about private conversations that you have with the president. Comey could have and should have remembered that his conversations were subject to executive privilege, but of course he didn't. He went out, as you remember, and gave information to his friend so that friend would disseminate the information. He didn't really care. So anyway, before I go on, I did want to tell you, not just Sessions though, I understand, yeah. There was a shooting just about a few minutes before we went on. 5 were shot at a Maryland office park, and the shooter has escaped. That's about 30 miles northeast of Baltimore. So we're just going to keep watching that because so far that there's not more information coming out. Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, Jerry. Good to see you. So what can I say? Sessions followed the book if he's not recused from the subject. Yeah. I mean, really, Sessions goes by the book. In the real world, Hillary would have been brought up on charge. Hillary should be, you know, I mean, it's sickening. the stuff that we learned and talked about yesterday, uh, I think everybody else is on Twitter. You have to touch the page actually, and it takes you to Periscope. Maybe that's why, because Twitter doesn't. There's no sound on it until you touch the picture of us, and then there's sound. Anyone watch Campos on Ellen DeGeneres? I missed it. Was he on already on Ellen DeGeneres' show? DeGeneres. Hey, Dabstar, how are you? Good to see you. What happened? You've been away for so long. I thought the Ellen show was this afternoon or something that he was going to be on. You think he's going to be on? Do you think he's going to cancel? What's it going to be like? Ellen makes you sick, Carmen said. Maintenance guy with the he's going to be on the maintenance guy. Airs today at 3 Eastern. Okay. I can't watch Ellen. Sessions is recusing from everything. I don't watch her. Yeah, I don't watch her either. I mean, some of the things I like that she does. She's funny when she's being the comedian. Fire Jeff Sessions. Bob said, anyone else got issues with sound? I don't think so, Lee. I think you might be the only one. Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he actually shows up. Yeah, if you're having trouble, just go out and come back in sometimes. And on Twitter, again, when it goes through Twitter, you do have to touch the picture in order for it to have sound. I used to like her, but she does too much of a dude something for me to watch. Yes, refresh. He didn't show on Hannity, but he's on Ellen. Yeah, but Catherine, I guess that Ellen show is not until this afternoon. Don't believe polls on Judge Moore. He's doing great. Yeah, Amanda, I saw on the polls that Judge Moore, they say he's neck and neck. Hey, Julia, she's great when doing things for children or, yeah. Talking about Ellen, yes. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, I think she does some, a lot of charitable work she does with children and animals. I think she does a great job. Already filmed. Okay, all right, so it's already been done. I'm guessing they won't really be talking about too much. She was funny like her, but again, she had to put her 2 cents in and prove that two-facedness. Yes, well, she has to prove that she's on the left. Yay, Lee. Lee's back and with sound. You can see the clip on Facebook. Okay, Dawn. Robin said, I've never watched Ellen and I don't like her. I'll tag you. Thank you, Dawn. I would really appreciate that. So, okay, it's already been filmed, already out there. It'll be interesting to see what, in fact, if what he talks about. See if Campos has the band aid area above his left brow. Some freeze. Hello from PA. Hey, William, how are you? We've spoken on how much wealth has been brought into our economy since Trump came into office. Kalani, he talked about that last night at the Heritage Foundation meeting that he was at the press conference, or the conference. I mean, come on. He's done everything right as far as getting our country back on track. The lowest unemployment in 17 years. Was a good speech. You have a blessed day, too. Oh, you have to go clean the house? No. Seen a report about over $5 trillion in the market. My mother-in-law liked Ellen. Have not watched her since Mom passed. Yeah. Aw, baby beard. Cleaning house. No good, no good. Now, there have been some Trump tweets that have come out. I don't know if you saw them this morning. Let me read some of them to you. FBI confirms report that James Comey drafted letter exonerating crooked Hillary Clinton long before investigation was complete. Catherine says she's starting to think that Las Vegas incident stinks like the Democrats. He also said many people not interviewed, including Clinton herself. Comey stated under oath that he didn't do this, obviously a fix. Where's the Justice Department? So you have President Trump, who's looking for the Justice Department to maybe do something about bringing perjury charges against Comey, if nothing else. The Democrats will only vote for tax increase. Hopefully, all Senate Republicans will vote for the largest tax cuts in history. Yeah, and we basically knew that they weren't going to vote for this tax increase or tax cut Democrats only want more money spent, as we all know. As it turned out, James Comey lied and leaked and totally protected Hillary Clinton. He was the best thing that ever happened to her. Another tweet from President Trump said, if the left would leave Trump alone, the country would be great again. Absolutely. And they don't want the country to be great again. Big news last night on FBI and uranium. I mean, we talked about FBI and uranium yesterday, so I don't know what difference in the big news was. 2009, money went to the Bill Clinton Foundation, which has eventually become the Clinton Foundation. Money while Hillary was in the State Department. So I don't know what else they said. NFL has decided that it will not force players to stand for the playing of our national anthem. Total disrespect for our great country. That was another tweet. Democrat Congresswoman totally fabricated what I said to the wife of a soldier who died in action, and I have proof. Sad. So immediately they came out basically and said, yes, Marion, we talked about that in the very beginning. 5 people were shot. The shooter looks like he has escaped. That's what I was saying that happened a few minutes before we came on. Rhinos want to spend much more too. I don't trust them, Robin said. Yeah, me either, Robin. Because the rhinos are just like the Democrats in that regard and in many other regards too. So they're trying to come after Trump now for saying that Obama didn't call any of these people that had lost their children in whatever war or whatever thing that we were doing, and they're coming out now and saying, oh well, he made a woman cry. A mother of a soldier that was killed made her cry. So I mean, these people will think up anything. And of course, he was talking about how Obama did not call General Kelly when his son was killed in action. Truth is truth, so Trump says truth. Exactly, Barbara. Nobody likes that. At least on the left, they don't like it. You know, I'm still finding people who, with this NFL thing, took a lot of pride in seeing my fellow Americans show the respect to my beautiful flag and country. Yes, Kalani, as they should. A lot of proof Obama did not call. Yes. And the thing of it is, again, with this NFL thing, hey, Pamela, with this whole thing in regards to the NFL, people still do not understand why people are so opposed to the fact that we don't like the NFL players, many of us, to kneel during the pledge, the national anthem. What people cannot get. Let me give you an update. 3 people are killed in Maryland. So 3 people out of the 5 have died in Maryland. Hugs with masks all. Yeah, 3 people have died. With the NFL, you know, I don't care if these people on their own times and on their own dime go out and protest wherever they want, legally protest wherever they want. That's fine with me. What I don't like is for people who think that you and I and everybody else should be a captive audience. And that's exactly what it is. It's like you're coming to see a football game, and so you're a captive audience, and we're going to have our little political whatever protest right here, right now, and you are going to have to deal with it. That's what I don't like. Maryland diversions from all of the breaking news, Amanda said. I have friends who believe that about Trump. I know they took it out of context. Yes, Robin. Yes, leave it out of the game. But people don't understand that. They think, oh, well, you don't care about the cause of, you know, the black people's cause in this particular issue. I don't have to, at a football game, make that decision. I shouldn't have to. And if you're coming to a football game to do some other cause, I'm not, if you know, as long as you're not part of the football team, I'm not going to I'll decide whether or not I'm going to watch your protest. And I don't think you're going to be allowed to do that. So you're not going to be allowed to protest if you're not a football player at a football game. And at a football game, you're supposed to be playing football. And I'm not your captive audience. Hey, Hassan, good to see you. I refuse to watch football any longer. I don't watch football. I'm hearing that the NBA is going to start doing that, and if that starts, no basketball. The celebrities do the same thing on their award shows. I stopped watching. Absolutely, Christy. I don't watch award shows either. I'm sick and tired of the political speeches. Come there, give the award, go home, and at some other time when you're not acting or doing part of your job, then you, on your own personal time, you can go out and do whatever. But people are still under this misperception that, again, that they can go to their own jobs and do anything they want. I told people, go to your job, take a knee, tell me what it was like when you get fired and you get ushered out. What was that like? And if that's the only way that people are going to learn, then I guess that's the only way. Prayers for Gordon Hayward from the Celtics after his terrible injury against the Cavaliers last night. Also prayers for my health. Been a little sick from my trip. God bless everyone. So everybody please pray for Hassan and for Gordon Hayward from the Celtics, who was terribly injured last night at the Cavaliers. Yeah, well, they don't play the anthem at work, but they also, you can't just take a knee at work and decide I'm going to have a protest right here because I have a cause, and so I'm going to come in and take a knee, and everybody around me is going to have to listen to my cause. They're not going to do that at your job. He just said, good to see you. I know, we missed you too. Robin said the NFL sucks. Lisa said she's sending prayers to Son. And I haven't heard from Bluegrass. I hope that everything worked out okay with his wife, who they saw something on the mammogram. Hopefully he will come back and talk to us. No one cares. It's your job, Amanda said. Most jobs, you're not going to be able to come in and talk about your political issues. I mean, most jobs, you can't even have in your own cubicle your own religious beliefs or anything else. If I stood up and started ranting my politics at work, I'd be out of a job, Christy said. Yeah, you would be. You'd be out of there. And most people would. You know, what about, like, if you're a school teacher, what about being a school teacher? Try to go to school and stand there and talk about anything that's different than, let's say, the left's policies at your public school. You're going to be out of there. If they came to work with a BLM shirt, you'd be fired, Cully said. You know, I don't understand why people think just because these people are football players, they have a right to do this. Not appropriate ever at work, exactly. Just like employees refusing to serve law officers, you're fired. Right. You're supposed to be doing your job at work. Yeah, you can't open your Bible at school, Barbara said. Glad the NBA has a policy to not kneel during the national anthem. Hassan said. Fired and reported for supporting domestic terrorism. My brother just fell on his sword calling out crooked. Oh, senior vice president, and he was fired. Oh, my gosh, at his job. Wow. Prayers going up for all in need, Robin said. So, Son, everybody is praying for your prayer requests. That way of thinking is the problem. 3 dead, 2 are in critical condition in a targeted attack at a Maryland office. I don't know if it's domestic violence or something else. They're not giving a lot of news right now on that. Now, I did see in the news where the FBI and the DOJ did not comply with requests since March from the House Intelligence Committee seeking information about anti-Trump dossier. Now, I don't know if that's part of what Sessions was talking about this morning. Hey, Gary, and just saying that they're so backlogged that they're trying to get through everything. Robin said, as a homeschooling teacher, I can rant all I want. Exactly, Robin. You can say anything. You can even take a knee if you want there, Robin, because you do have a captive audience. Yes, for Bluegrass's wife. I wish we knew what the outcome was. I wish he were here today so we would know if Bluegrass's wife is okay. Hope that's not an indication of anything. It's Hassan, Hassan, but that's okay. Teresa, God knows who you're talking about. Fusion GPS refuses to testify. Yeah. There have been 8 requests have been made. The DOJ, Ian Pryor, says materials requested involve extremely sensitive law enforcement information. Now, they won't answer the dossier sources, who paid for it, and if the information was used by the FBI to get search warrants. Now, sources say that Gregory Brower, former U.S. attorney, is the gatekeeper on all of this information going out. And supposedly, according to the article that I read, he is close to James Comey, who put him in his current position. So there you go. Here we have once again, everybody who is in bed with each other, who shouldn't be in this whole process. And then we have Jeff Sessions, who has recused himself, so he's probably not looking into this. But he did say to Grassley this morning that he was going to be looking into things and seeing if things are being processed. You guys heard about what Robert De Niro said when he received an award. He started cursing to the president. It was awful. Nobody pays attention to Robert De Niro. He's just Robert De Niro. And Grassley reminded them that, this information, the Steele dossier, has been shared with the UK government, and why not share it with us? So I think Jeff Sessions is better get back there and see what's going on. You can at least, Robert De Zero, Cully said, you can at least go back there and see what's going on and see if information is getting out. And if not, why not? Carmen thinks De Niro's losing his mind due to dementia. Of course, there's been no allegations of dementia, but that's just your opinion. Sessions' head in the sand. Yeah, a little bit. Hey, Monique. Been watching Sessions live, hearing lots of crazy stuff. Yep, we've been talking about that, Monique. All right. Remember last week or so, I think it's been about a week and a half now, we talked about the guy who raped a 12-year-old, impregnated her, and then the judge gave the father legal visitation and legal custody, partial legal custody to the father. Do you remember that story? Hey, Bill, good to see you. That was in Michigan. Remember that story? Yeah. And we were thinking, how crazy could that be? Thank you, Monique, for retweeting the show. The father came out later and said, don't worry, I'm never going to seek custody. I'm never going to seek visitation. Well, that's not legally binding, but it was good to hear that he knew that he shouldn't be seeing the child. Well, anyway, luckily, somebody, I guess, or the judge started reading the articles, went to the judge, and the judge has made a decision and has rescinded that order. The judge said he was not aware of the fact that the father had raped the mother. Well, aren't you sweet? We'll report you to the police. Thank you. So anyway, they have reversed that order. He no longer has custody of his child, no longer has visitations. Probably, I would think that he may just discontinue his rights. I'm not sure. Yes. And that's exactly what should have done. And it's good to know that when we were thinking about it, my gosh, it's like these people are out of their minds. The judge is out of her mind. No one would take him to court and sue for everything the guy ever makes and never see. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't have anything. The guy didn't seem to be of the best character. So I don't know if he's going to. He probably still has his parental rights, because meaning that he's still the father and that hasn't been cut off, because they're probably trying to get money from him for child support, I would imagine. Yeah, good news, it is. So let's see. Now, in other news, Greg Jarrett, is it Greg Garrett? I don't know. Jarrett, I think, from Fox News says that Mueller and Rosenstein hid Hillary Russian bribing. I know, Barbara, and that was pretty ugly, huh? So Jarrett is saying that Mueller and Rosenstein hid Hillary Russian bribery because this has been going on since about 2009. And the DOJ has done nothing about it. So an investigation was supervised by then U.S. Attorney Rod Rosenstein. So we have Rod Rosenstein back in 2009, who supposedly knew all about Hillary and the Russian bribe, and the money to the alleged bribe, and the money that was sent to Bill Clinton Foundation at the time, which is again the Clinton Foundation. So he was in charge of that, and has done nothing since then. And Rosenstein is now, of course, we know, the deputy AG. And then at the time, he was also working with Assistant FBI Andrew McCabe, who is now the FBI director. So McCabe and Rosenstein were all aware of it. And they did nothing about it. And still we sit here with the DOJ making decisions about whether or not we should go after Hillary. So, again, conflict of interest all over the place. I missed the first part, but FBI finally admitted Hillary collusion. So wrong to accuse Trump for wanting to overlook Hillary and company. See, Bill, that's what I'm talking about right now. That basically Rosenstein and Mueller knew all about this back in 2009. They were kind of in charge of the investigation, especially Rosenstein. And so here we go with them doing nothing then and doing nothing now. The DOJ is not doing anything now. And probably, I would guess, yeah, watch Hannity, he's on this. I would guess that right now that, Sessions has said, well, I don't want to I'm going to recuse myself when anything involving Hillary because it has to do with the election. And so he's basically, Sessions, I don't think it's doing that much, if anything, about the Clintons, about Russia, anything. It's just like hands off on everything. And it's a little bit too much. So much corruption, and you notice most leads back to the Clintons, Don said. Can you imagine if all Christians started bringing crucifixes to the NFL football games and held them up while reciting the Lord's Prayer? Yeah, that wouldn't go over too well, would it? Monique. Sessions needs to go. I think at this time, because he's not able or, to do anything, I think it may be time. It's looking that way, unfortunately. He is doing a lot of work and getting things done. It's just not where necessarily the American public wants him to go. Nigel was speaking at a Republican fundraiser last night. It was so funny about Hillary. Watch Peter Schwarzer movie documentary, Clinton Cash. This has been known for years. I'm telling you, read that book that I've been telling you about with Jerome Corsi. He writes about everything. It is, partners in crime. He basically puts it all out there. If Jeff Sessions wants to know what's going on, then all he needs to do is read the book. If you guys could you please go ahead and retweet this at this time, because this way we can invite people in. We're at the halfway point. Yes, Jerome Corsi knows. He knows a lot, and he's still living, so that's good. But he wrote the book Partners in Crime. He's done shows, Partners in Crime, William. It's called Partners in Crime. Thank you for inviting people, Kim. I really appreciate it. It sure makes you wonder if Hillary and friends have something on the FBI and using it to manipulate them. Yeah. I mean, I think that right now would be a pretty good guess. Or these people back in with the FBI and the DOJ didn't do their jobs back then, and they don't want people to know they didn't do their jobs, and they don't want people to know why they didn't do their jobs. I would think that has a lot to do with it too. Suspect in shooting is Radi Labib Prince, Hugh said. So there you go. Hugh's reporting that the suspect in the Maryland shooting is Radi Labib Prince. There's something fishy with Sessions on the subject, like he's been threatened. Yeah, Catherine, I don't know if that's true or if he's just such a play it by the book type of guy that he doesn't want to do anything that would even have the look of impropriety. I don't know. Sessions doesn't want to know about Clinton-Russia collusion, Rhonda said. Yeah, I believe that too, Rhonda. 14 years of Juan getting into Congress. Yep, sounds like a Trump supporter. Cully said. Cully says with so much sarcasm. So, Hugh, I take it he's in custody. Did they say anything else? If you have anything else, let us know. So, with all of us knowing this, knowing about the collusion, oh, he's considered armed and dangerous, so he has not been caught. Did they say what the motive was, Hugh? He looks like a punk. Are you talking about the suspect, uh, Catherine? So he's still on the loose in Maryland after killing 3 people, wounding 2 allegedly. He's still on the run. Did they talk about motives? Did he know the people? Anything like that? The wheels are slowly coming off of Hollywood, Josette said. I'm honestly sick of DC political corruption, Rhonda. Rhonda said. You know, Rhonda, I think we all are really sick of it. It just seems like around every corner we get nothing done because of it. Oh, Sessions looks like a punk, Catherine said. Uh, 3450, it's your first day on Periscope. And Hugh, let us know if they said anything about what the motive was. Why did we ever fall asleep? Who drugged us? I know. You know, corruption is deep, Jerry. I think people just wanted to believe that their government had their best interests at heart. And for 8 years, we felt like we totally could not do anything. We felt pretty powerless, I think. We tried, but we didn't have our own Republican Party behind us. Now we're with a president who's Republican. We have the majority of the House and the Senate, and we're still not getting things done. I know people were saying, well, you know, Trump's not doing anything. All he's doing is undoing what Obama did. You know, that's doing something because everything that Obama did just about was horrible for this country. So now with the reversing of everything, it's where the country should be going. So if that's what you want to call not doing anything, I think you're wrong about that. Obamacare has created a monopoly insurance company in each state, and rates are crazy for 2018. Rhonda said, yeah, I mean, they've got to do something. Yes. Deep state is quietly under the radar, manipulating and obstructing Trump. That's Obama's little organization, Bill said. Getting things done, just not the right things. Well, I mean, but he can't get anything done because he doesn't have the backing of our own Republican Party. What Obama did was illegal and would destroy America, and he is having to fight for everything. He can't even get the judges. And, you know, we were talking this morning with Sessions saying, hey, where are all the federal judges? Why aren't you appointing the judges? What's going on? You know, we're not getting those. Why? Because obstructionists, as Donald Trump said, were from the right. The left. They don't want to put judges in because they don't want people on the right to be able to function. Our broken judicial system is going to create a civil war. Yeah, I mean, because look again. Here he tries, President Trump tries the third travel ban. What happens? The same Obama judge comes out and bans it again. You know, so we about ready to go into effect, and here comes the same judge from Hawaii doing the same thing he's done before. He's an obstructionist. Trump getting blocked because they don't want to get fair people in place to expose him. Right, and they don't want President Trump to be successful because if they are, then again, these elites on the left can't stay in power. Talk about Obama. He's called for a summit at his foundation in Chicago with civic leaders from other nations. He still thinks he's in power, Catherine, and in a lot of respects, unfortunately, he is. That shouldn't be legal, exactly. It hurts their agendas. It really takes the elites out of control. Judge appointed by Obama. Just when all this ISIS fighters are going back home, no travel ban. They keep saying Ted Cruz only wanted to be reelected. Wow. Gridlock also helped Obama not become dictator. Yep. He needs to go away. Yeah, and he's not going to go away because people on the left still want him to be president. And they look at him as if he is the president. Hey, Jennifer, good morning. And it's a shame. Never have I ever seen a president that has stayed in the limelight. It even stayed in Washington, D.C. and uses his daughter as an excuse. Oh, she has to finish school. Has she gone to school one day this year where they've been there? Hey, Nanette, good to see you. I'm great. How are you? Ted only got senator. They said on Fox last night. Sad. I like him, but only good senator. Ridiculous. He's the leader of the Democratic Party. Yeah, he really is. Continues to be. He should have left Washington D.C. if he didn't have any intentions of trying to, subvert what President Trump is doing. Rhonda said Hawaii is a resist state for sure. Good. Um, yeah, and there's like nothing we can do about it. It just continues to stand in the way of what we're trying to do. Wonderful why Sessions is in hearings. Oh, you're wondering why? This is typically what they do. After a certain time, they call people to the Senate and ask them what's going on, what's the DOJ doing, how's it going? Well, not going to Hawaii either. Exactly, Barbara. And I guess they don't really care if you go to Hawaii or not. Hawaii kind of sees himself as their own little island. He should seal his daughter's studies like father, like daughter. Yeah. I was hearing that somebody said that they were going to have all this information about his record. Hearing was planned since September, Julia said. Yeah. Isn't this sedition? You'd think. A link to how Obama is quietly obstructing. Bill put up a link on Facebook about how Obama is quietly obstructing everything. It's from the New York Post. How Obama is scheming to sabotage Trump's presidency. So live hearings for that. He's being grilled for what? Because he can be. Basically, I think they have questions. This has been going again. This is typical. They bring all of these people and talk to them when they want to know something, or just in general. It's kind of like a little meet and greet. So it's not atypical, but I don't know how much he's really able to say. It's all executive privilege. You can't waive that. Can't talk about too much. I think it just lets him know that there are some things that they want to see him do, and he'll let it go in one ear and out the other, or he'll do something about it. That's about all that there is. It's kind of, it's another dog and pony show that we seem to be doing a lot of, and it doesn't get us anywhere, and it really doesn't seem to help very much. They're still out there wondering, why did you fire Comey? Oh gosh, let me think of some reasons why Comey should have been fired. Come on. He made his decision about Hillary Clinton long before anything was ever heard on evidence. He was he gave information out, probably executive privilege at the least, to his friend to disseminate into the public. He made a decision whether or not to prosecute Hillary Clinton when that's not his job. I don't know. Why shouldn't he have been fired? Maybe that's the better question. Are they wanting to know if he will indict Hillary? No, they're not asking that. He's not going to. He wouldn't talk about that anyway. He wouldn't say whether or not there was an investigation ongoing, even if there was. That's what I'm saying. It's basically a dog and pony show. Now, I guess some information came out yesterday. They're probably so hostile or friendly, and why GOP allows this. Well, because the left has always been kind of hostile. I don't know if they've gotten to Kamala yet, but she's very hostile. And, what will happen is she'll grill him, typically is what she does. And then the right will go back and then ask some follow-up questions. Yeah. Comey's firing was Frankenstein's question. I will have to say at 84, she does do pretty well. Thank you, Nanette. She seems awake and vibrant, unlike some people maybe on the Supreme Court and other places. Is this a diversion? I don't think so. No more than anything else that the left does. But they're not asking the right people the right questions. And I saw that a few minutes ago. It said Sessions never was called before Mueller, so he's never testified before Mueller. Meanwhile, no committee. I'm sorry I didn't see that about. I guess that's about Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I mean we're not. Let's just face it. Right now it seems like we're doing zero with Hillary Clinton. We're doing zero with Comey. We have people who are still protecting Comey, like this Brower guy, who's not giving out information that has been requested how many times now. So, you know, and you don't hear the right complaining. You don't hear anybody saying anything. You don't hear Nunez anymore even saying anything. He just kind of, he's out of the picture. Although he's still a co-chair, he's quiet now and does nothing after he had that little run-in with going to the White House and giving information before giving it to anybody else. Now he's just backed off. You know. So, I mean, things are crazy. Yesterday, Trump, according, now this is the spy ring still active, Jerry said. This came out in the news at USA Today, so take it with a grain of salt. Trump plans massive increase in federal immigration jails in Chicago, Detroit, St. Paul, and Salt Lake City. This is where they've been asking about that and seeing if there's any like private firms or any places they could have a jail. Hey, Mike, hi and bye. Almost, right? So, and you know what? There are going to be a lot of people in California going to be in those jails if that's true. Government said he can push it, but the committee has to investigate spy ring info leak. And you know what? They're not going to listen to Gohmert either. He's kind of still like a junior, so nobody's going to listen to him. So, and we've got nobody listening to anybody. It's like they are scourging him for the sake of, for appeasing their own malcontent. That's what they do, Nanette. They've done that every time they've brought anybody before the Senate Judiciary Committee. That's what they just grill them. They get their own opinions out by doing that. And it really results in zero effectiveness to do anything. So, again, if do you care who you are if you voted for her, you voted for a Democrat? Yeah. Ugh. Do not care who you are if you voted for her, you voted for a demon. Yes. I read it, Barbara, that time. I got it out. So anyway, if they do make these jails, and I'm sure they'll try to be stopped in any way possible that they can. Notice they didn't ask about inquire in California. But, a lot of these people now, and if this California goes through with their sanctuary state in January, and there's no reason that they won't because it's California, then a lot of these people that ICE said that they're going to go out and start picking up because of California's sanctuary state rule, and they'll end up in jail, whereas before they probably wouldn't have. So, California thinks that they're going to get away with something. They're just making it a little bit harder. People disappear when they go against Clintons. That's true, Rhonda. They have for 30-some years. Yep, absolutely. For those that, in regards to the VA and veterans, there's a VA hospital in Boston. Allegations are coming out that a veteran from Vietnam who had diabetes and heart issues was supposed to be watched and looked at every hour. So somebody was supposed to go to his room, find out how he was doing, and every hour. It's being alleged that a nurse's aide played video games and didn't go do the job they were supposed to do. Hey, Jules. And the man died. So, we're hearing at times, oh, the VA is doing so much better, everything is going well, and maybe not so much. It doesn't sound, from hearing those allegations, it doesn't sound like very much has changed, very much improvement has been made. So I don't really believe that. And in regards to the border, a Mexican national, Ricardo Ramirez Angel, 60 years old, was arrested by the Border Patrol agents on Friday, just 2 days after he had been deported by the federal government. I know, the veteran, now they say even David Shulkin is getting involved on that story because it's so egregious. You know, you're playing video games, so you don't have time to go check on the patient, and your patient dies. There's no excuse at all for something like that. None. Record checks revealed that the defendant was formally deported and excluded from the United States on October the 11th through Laredo, Texas. He was illegally living in Piñatas, never heard of that place, Texas, and had at least 8 misdemeanor convictions and a felony conviction in Hidalgo County. So he went out on Friday. Let's see. He was arrested by Border Patrol agents on Friday, 2 days after he'd been deported. So he went out 2 days before Friday. They arrested him on Friday. He was back already. So I guess the borders aren't as strong as we would hope. I would be jumping if that was my dad. Oh, I know. People in the VA hospital, they would be absolutely crazy. Hidalgo is the most corrupt county in Texas, Barbara said. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, they need to tighten the borders. Maybe that's where they need to start building that wall down there, too. I did see some prototypes of the wall. Okay, Patrick, time to raise the flag here at Casa de Tome. Have a great day. Thanks, Patrick. Let's see. Now, a grand jury on Tuesday indicted a white University of Maryland college student on a hate crime charge in the stabbing death of a black U.S. Army lieutenant. Sean Urbanski is accused of killing Richard Collins III in the pre-dawn hours of May 20 at a campus bus stop. Collins attended nearby Bowie State University. Urbanski was a member of a Facebook group called Alt-Reich, not alt-right, but Alt-Reich, which spews hatred toward minorities and especially African Americans. So I imagine he's going to go to jail for a long time if convicted. As he should, if he's guilty. Now that the Hawaii judge, the same one, Derek Watson, said the ban is plainly discriminates based on nationality. The president's executive order suffers from precisely the same maladies as its predecessor. It lacks sufficient findings that the entry of more than 150 million nationals from 6 specified countries would be detrimental to the interests of the United States. Who is this guy? You know what? We need to find out more about this guy and what his beef is. I know there's a connection with Obama. I'm wondering what thanks, Barbara. I'm wondering what the connection still is with Obama, if anything, and what his sole purpose is that he wants to do. He's Obama's college buddy. Okay. So I want to know, is he still seeing Obama? Are they working together? Is he doing anything that a judge shouldn't be doing? I mean, this guy has got it out for the president, 100%. And it's going to cause, his name is Derrick, D-E-R-R-I-C-K, Watson, W-A-T-S-O-N, Derrick Watson. So they're going to have to go back to the Supreme Court. Yes, that's it. Have to go back to the Supreme Court again. That's what you heard from an earlier scope. Derrick Watson. He is the judge in Hawaii, Catherine, that keeps banning the travel ban every time, stopping it. Gary said Muslim is not a race. Yeah, apparently to this judge and other people on the left, it is. Now, as far as health care is concerned, GOP Senator Lamar Alexander of Tennessee and Democratic Senator Patty Murray of Washington reached an agreement on a bipartisan health care bill slated to be released later this week. It kind of concerns me, but okay. Why are these two working on this and nobody else? I don't know. The legislation aims to prevent premium hikes by giving states more flexibility and extending cost-sharing reductions for 2 years, allowing the upper chamber ample time to come to a consensus on a long-term solution. It concerns me because living in California, my guess is they will immediately do something to counteract this. They've agreed on a short-term limited plan to stabilize the individual insurance markets in 2018 and 19, which in plain English means that we are keeping premiums from rising and lowering premiums in 2019. We absolutely need to do something. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see if they get that through. Also, you remember we talked about last week Amazon's Roy Price, who was alleged to have been on he's a big wig at Amazon, and he was supposedly on a cab ride with this woman to a company party and was saying all of these lewd things to her. She told him that she was a lesbian, she was married, she was a mother, hoping that that would get him to stop, and she claims that it did not. And so he resigned after being accused of sexual harassment. So he's out. That judge should be revisited. He breaks the SCOTUS decision. Yeah, Catherine. We really need to look at him. The Price is Right. Come on down. Yeah. So Amazon, one more bites the dust at Amazon. And also the Senate Intelligence Committee has issued a subpoena to former Donald Trump foreign policy advisor Carter Page. According to a source familiar with this matter, the subpoena was issued after Page said he would plead the Fifth Amendment to keep from sending the vast array of documents the committee requested, which he argued it was beyond the charter of the probe. So he said he offered to testify publicly in response to the committee's request for a closed-door interview. So I don't think we're getting the whole truth there. Okay, Robin, thank you. So who knows what's going on with that. He will probably, some people are speculating that if he goes before the committee, he's going to plead the Fifth. Hopefully he won't do what Lois Lerner did and start talking about it, but that waives the privilege, but it didn't seem to waive her Fifth Amendment privilege, which it should have. But anyway, another kind of, this is a weird story too. Harvard law professor Lawrence Tribe. Now he's an authority that everybody in the law schools look to as somebody who really knows his stuff. He's the authority on most law, whatever it is. I know Mexican Muslims, though, different race. Yeah. He has threatened former presidential advisor Sebastian Gorka on Twitter, reminding Gorka of the last time he broke a guy's chin. So that's pretty odd. At the Values Voters Summit last week, Gorka argued that he can be more effective politically as a private citizen than he ever was in the White House, stating that the left has no idea how much more damage we can do to them as a private citizen. Apparently that Lawrence Tribe got upset about that and couldn't handle it. So kind of, I don't know, you can look at it as a threat or maybe you don't. Anybody else making that kind of threat on Twitter would have been perceived as a threat, I think. And news out of North Korea, there's a construction site that's been going on for the past 30 years. It's called, they refer to it as the Hotel of Doom. Yeah, or maybe he is right and they will be scared. Yeah. They have spent $552 million on this hotel that, again, has been in construction for 30 years. And the doors are closed. They've never opened up the doors in 30 years. Can you imagine? And so, I mean, I would think that they've just got people working on this because what else are they going to do? Yeah, I know, Marlene, kind of crazy. That was in North Korea. It's crazy, Mike. It's in North Korea. 30 years. I mean, to me, it sounded like Jerry Brown's commuter rail, fast commuter train. Yeah, I would think it's like almost like a labor camp, if not a labor camp. What it needs remodeling before it opens. What if it needs Yeah, I know. 30 years ago. I'm wondering what some of the electrical stuff they've put in there from 30 years ago looks like now and anything else. So, torture chamber. Oh, and it looks like the Hotel of Doom. It's all pointed. It's weird looking. making new period. But it's like Jerry Brown. I'm telling you, they should get together. They would do a lot of work together and maybe get something done that would cost more than anybody's ever spent on anything in the world. So anyway, I want to thank you. Have a great day, Gary. Thank you guys for coming by. If you would please retweet this, share it, share it, share it. It's a bridge to nowhere and a hotel to doom. Yep. Please retweet and share this. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. God bless you. Have a great day. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Okay, everybody on YouTube, thank you for coming by. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.